and welcome to part 2 of our discussion on interview skills. In this video, we'll cover the questions commonly asked by employers and how to answer them. People commonly stumble their way through interviews because they don't know how to answer the questions they're asked. By thinking about the following questions, preparing answers for them, and practicing your answers, you can enter your next interview confident that you know what to say in most situations. Question 1. Tell me a little bit about yourself. This is usually the first question asked and is designed to ease you into the interview. When asked this question, the interviewer is trying to get a picture of what you're like and see if your personality will fit well within their company. When answering this question, think about the things that make you suitable for the job and give a summary of the important education, skills, and experience that make you perfect for the job. Listing a few of your hobbies can be a good idea, as it tells the employer about you personality-wise. When mentioning your hobbies, avoid saying anything that will put you in a bad light, such as gambling, and avoid saying boring things, such as watching TV. The best things to mention are activities that show one of your positive aspects. For example, when I talk about hobbies, I mention my love of painting miniatures, models, to show that I have a creative side. Here's another example. I've always been interested in all things computers. This led me to complete my bachelor's degree at the University of Technology, Sydney. During my studies, I completed work experience in a programming role, which allowed me to show my strong communication and organisational skills and prove my value as an employee. Question 2. What do you know about my company? With this question, the interviewer is trying to measure your interest in the company. Talk about what aspects of the company you like and what they do that make you want to work for them. For example, I'm really impressed by the quick and effective customer service your support team provides to your customers. This, coupled with the good public image you have and high level of customer satisfaction, has made me want to join a respected company such as yours. Question 3. Why should I hire you? This question is straightforward. The interviewer wants to know what you have to offer and what you can do for the company. Tell them about your relevant skills and experience that make you perfect for the company. For example, I feel that my strong attention to detail, friendly personality, and my 3 years of customer service would make me a perfect fit for your company and help me to continue providing the level of service that your customers have come to expect. Question 4. What are your goals? When you're asked about your goals or where you see yourself in 5 years, the interviewer is looking to see if you have any ambitions and the ability to plan ahead. If you don't have any plans for the future, you could mention any new skills you'd like to learn or any results you want to achieve. If you say you want to achieve a specific task, it's important to mention how you would go about achieving this task. For example, I would like to be employed by a company such as this one where I can grow with the company, to master the responsibilities of my initial role, and improve my skills and knowledge, and eventually take on more responsibilities. Question 5. What is your greatest strength? With this question, the interviewer wants to know what you're good at. Pick your best skill that's relevant to the job and give an example demonstrating it. Are you an excellent problem solver? Do you have the ability to learn quickly? Or do you work well under pressure? Here's an example. I'm a quick learner and I'm able to adapt to changing circumstances easily. In my previous role, I had to learn a new software package. I was able to learn and adapt to the new way of doing things quickly, which allowed me to continue the day-to-day operations of my role with only a small amount of overall disruption. Question 6. What is your greatest weakness? When people are asked this question, they often list one of their strengths and present it as a negative, such as, I work too hard, or I'm a perfectionist. The problem with this is you've missed what the employer was really after. They want to know if you can recognize areas that you need to improve. The best practice for this question is to give the interviewer a weakness you're trying to overcome and tell them how your abilities in this area have improved. For example, I don't have very good computer skills, but I have been taking a computer course to improve my skills and I'm now more confident when using them. Question 7. Why did you leave your last job? There are many reasons why people change jobs. They may have wanted to pursue new and challenging opportunities, wanted more responsibilities, or wanted new experiences. When answering this question, it's important to stay positive and list the reason why you left your previous job. State that you felt your previous job couldn't offer you what you were after, but the position you're applying for can. For example, I really enjoyed my previous job, but I really wanted greater opportunities to experience working closer with customers, and my previous job couldn't provide this. From my research, however, I know that this role is very customer focused, which I like. Sometimes we make mistakes, and these mistakes can lead to us being fired. Being fired doesn't have to be an obstacle if you address the question appropriately. Be honest, don't go into detail, stay positive, show how you've improved and learnt from your previous mistakes, and never badmouth the boss. The one thing you should never do when answering this question is say bad things about your former boss or company. This puts a negative tone on the interview and makes you sound whiny and petty. Here's an example for when you've been fired. Due to a misunderstanding on my part about the customer's needs, we lost one of our biggest customers, and I was let go. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on the customer experience and how to ensure I keep the customer's needs a priority in everything I do. Because of this, I believe my new customer focus will be a tremendous asset in my next role. Question 8. What salary or wage are you expecting? People don't want to seem rude when talking about money too soon, and they don't want to under or overvalue themselves. The best thing you can do is check similar jobs to see what their average salary is. This way you get an idea of what you should be paid. If the interviewer asks you this, you can turn the question back on them by saying, well, I'm flexible on salary. What would you normally pay someone working in this position? If the interviewer doesn't ask you this question during the interview, it's best to wait until they've offered you the job or when you've been invited back for a second interview. You should focus on proving why you're the best candidate for the job before you start talking money. Question 9. If I were to ask someone else to describe you, what would they say? When you're asked this question, the interviewer is looking to see if you can view yourself from other perspectives and evaluate yourself based on how others see you. It's a good idea to do some preparation for this question in case it's asked. So ask other people what they think your good qualities are and write these down so you can remember them. For example, I believe they would say I'm a very friendly and dedicated worker that's always willing to give something a go. Question 10. Give me an example of a time you had to work under pressure. When you're asked this question, the interviewer wants to see if you have the experience to work when things get tough. Think of when you had to complete a stressful task. List what it was and how you completed the task. If you haven't experienced working under pressure, you could state what you would do if you were in this situation. For example, I was asked to complete a report within 1 week. When I was partially through the report, I was told that the report was now needed urgently and that I had to have it done by the next day. This task seemed very difficult at first, but I focused on my work, put aside all other distractions, and handled it section by section. By breaking the report down into its components, it made the task seem not as difficult, and I was able to complete it on time. Now, obviously, these aren't all the questions that an employer may ask you, but they are the most common. By writing and practicing your answers to these questions, you can be certain that you'll always have something to say to the employer. As always, if you want any of the information talked about in this video, check out the article on Let's Get Working, which contains everything we've discussed. Until next time, have a good day.